When I was 7, my mother signed me up for piano lessons. I played for 8 years until I thought I had found better things to do with my time, like having sex and playing hooky. But if I sit down at a keyboard, my fingers can still jump around in the same sequences trained into them some decade ago. It's muscle memory. Just like if I'm at a club, my body starts gyrating in circles, my hips start sashaying to the same beat they were trained to some decade ago. Just like if I'm walking down the street at night, my body tenses and I walk a little quicker with a little more bravado, like my mother trained me to some decade ago. My body has been trained to move like a woman, like a slut, like a mother, like a caretaker taking up as little space as possible. It's muscle memory. And as a trained feminist, I can spout off academic theories to prove my case. But I wonder why it is that my papers hold up in the third wave court, while the 800-plus Aboriginal women who have gone missing across this country are filed away as cold cases, nameless faces, bodies, lacking evidence, when in reality, the only thing that's lacking is accountability. Yeah, I wonder this, as if it's surprising that any smidgen of attention paid to gender or sex is always focused on the success stories of wealthy white mothers or business execs. Knowing that I wasn't one for babies or numbers, I went west on a plane, just as so many others have gone before me, in wagons, to see the splendor of the coastlines, paralleled by oil tankers, and the ancient growth forest, now rolled up into toilet paper. Upon my arrival, I walked around the Victorian city, with my head held high and my eyes looking ahead, as I walked to the same beat that the colonists walked to some century ago. Just like if I get off any plane in any city and my body feels electrified and hungry for new sights on tremendously old and precious sites that all the king's horses and all the king's men trampled over some centuries ago. It's muscle memory. How far back would my body remember if I would only listen? My cunt would tell of birthing 8 newborns who were later bounced on my thigh. My fingers would tell of mending blouses that were torn by a husband's drunken grasp. My face would tell of the lies it has worn, smiling through weddings and birthdays. There are bonnets and photos rattling in my hope chest, but my flesh only remembers what others have taken. Why don't my feet remember walking over blighted potato fields, towards ships across oceans, then to acres that were guaranteed to yield to the white hands that tilled it? Why don't my ears remember a woman being called a squaw on the streets, on her way to work for some white family for 10 cents a week? Does my body have selective memory, or do I have selective hearing? My body is a volume of herstory that I've only just begun reading.